Welcome to New Sky TV Exploded. Shen Haonan's Yiying's fifth collaboration, Widow and Fairy, absolutely stunning. Have you ever seen a screen couple that makes you scream more than a nuclear explosion? When you first heard the pairing of a beautiful widow with a sharp-tongued male fairy, didn't you think the screenwriter had gone mad? Yet it was so sweet it made your heart skip a beat. Shen Haonan's Yiying. These two names have been linked 5 times. Haven't they been pushing the limits of sweetness with each collaboration? From the icy man and the radiant sunshine of first love and murmur of the hearts, to the heart-wrenching romance between the top student and the school beauty and starry wish, to the suffocating tug-of-war in the other side of the sun, and the perfect ending of secret love comes to marriage. Tell me, which time didn't they twist the audience's tears and smiles into one? But this time, they dared to drop a historical widow versus sharp-tongued male fairy nuclear bomb in their 5th collaboration. Can you still hold your breath? The poster, personally designed by director Yiying, just appeared online, and didn't it make your fingers tremble uncontrollably? On that poster, Yiying, plainly Yiying, is dressed in simple white, yet her eyes are filled with tenderness, and the corners of her lips curve with the loneliness and stubbornness left by her deceased husband. Can you honestly say you weren't instantly captivated by her melancholy yet alluring charm in Shen Haonan? He transforms into a sarcastic and irresistibly charming male demon, his eyes brimming with irresistible allure, as if saying, "Come on, let's banter, or I'll kiss you." Aren't you already imagining every frame of their witty banter, sparks flying, and suffocatingly sweet? I promise you more happiness. The title sounds gentle and sweet, but the setting behind it is a long-brewing original nuclear explosion from the Skylark Thirst Theater. Aren't you curious about how many plot twists the screenwriter has hidden in the script? Looking back at the 4 dramas they've starred in together, each pairing felt like a sweet mismatch orchestrated by fate. Did you, like me, feel that they were souls destined to torment and save each other? Their first collaboration, Murmur of the Hearts, was like a gentle sun melting the Antarctic iceberg. But didn't you sometimes ask yourself in the dead of night, does such love really exist in reality? Their second collaboration, Starry Wish, was a heart-wrenching campus romance between a top student and a school beauty. You could practically smell the shattering of youth through the screen. You cried through countless tissues, and you still dare to say you secretly fantasized about being the female lead. Their third collaboration, The Other Side of the Sun, that agonizing struggle of loving each other yet having to push each other away, didn't it make you clench your fists and curse the screenwriter for 3 days and 3 nights? Their 4th collaboration, Secret Love Comes to Marriage, finally gave unrequited love a splendid wedding. But didn't you still secretly cry out, "Not enough, I want more of their sweet onslaught"? So when the news of their 5th collaboration broke, didn't you immediately spin around 3 times and frantically shake your friends, saying, "They're back again"? And this time, the combination of period drama, sweet romance, widow, and a demon, each word alone is enough to make your heart race. Put them together, and isn't it a long-planned emotional adventure? Yiying, a beautiful widow clinging to her old dreams, happens to meet a male demon with a sharp tongue but a heart as soft as cotton candy. Guess who blushed first during their first encounter? Guess who will succumb when the sharp-tongued demon pierces the widow's deepest desires with his most biting words? Will she fight back in tears, or will she succumb with a smile? Director Yiying's pacing is always a blend of sweetness and venom, a honeyed edge. Aren't you worried that every episode will leave you laughing and crying like a madman? The synopsis is line, "Blandness is not as good as Yiying, but the demon insists on Yiying," already gives you a whiff of their faded, caramel-like entanglement. Imagine this, under the moonlight, Yiying is alone, mending her deceased husband's old clothes. Suddenly, a fairy emerges from the shadows, coldly uttering, "It's better to have a living person care for you than to guard a pile of bones." Doesn't your heart instantly melt with sweetness of those words? Now imagine this, in the marketplace, a sharp-tongued fairy publicly mocks her widow's hairstyle, calling it withered grass, but the next second, she secretly slips a Dukeist peony into her sleeve. Doesn't you already gasp and scream, "What kind of divine intervention is this?" Their 5 collaborations, 5 completely different character universes, aren't they a million times more sophisticated than any formulaic, artificial sweetener? Every pairing is like opening a blind box, but when have you ever been disappointed? Even before Promise You More has aired, just the ambiguous smile in Shen Haonan's eyes in the leaked photos, and the trembling of Yiying's eyelashes when she lowers her head, have already driven fans in the super topic crazy. Dare you say you didn't secretly save the pictures and zoom in to see the moment their fingers almost touched but didn't? Don't you want to know? When the sharp-tongued fairy first lost control and forcefully grabbed the widow's wrist, did his heart pound with your name in his throat? A hit before it even aired, those 4 words simply don't do justice to this 5-time pairing's explosive popularity. Shouldn't we just call it insane? From first love couple to widow and fairy, their 5 collaborations have redefined our imagination of sweetness. Can you find another pair of actors who dare to blend the mundane realities of life with such alluring fantasy so beautifully? I promise you more happiness. The title alone is like a love spell. Are you ready to be captivated by this beautiful widow and sharp-tongued fairy? Suffocated by sweetness, are you willing to press the watch now button in your heart and join them in blasting taboos and desires into a sky full of fireworks? I, for one, can't wait. How about you? Is your finger already hovering above the screen, just a second away from screaming and forwarding it to all your sweet romance-loving friends? This historical romance drama, directed by Chen and produced by Yiying Theater, will it seamlessly blend the allure of a widow with the deep affection of a bewitching spirit, creating a breathtakingly romantic experience? Will Shen Haonan's Yiying's 5-part collaboration become the masterpiece you won't want to fast forward through even a second of this year when the final episode ends? Will you cry out to the heavens and earth? When will the 6th collaboration come? Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.